start. And the inventory space is by default 0 or 4 or something, I don't know. So we want to not do that anymore. So what we'll do is instead of doing set construction inventory, we're going to do the same thing we did with get sprite. Is we're going to go if, where did my code go? Public int get inventory space return mode under we want base data get construction inventory size, otherwise base data dot inventory space. I wonder if there's a way I can move this into inventory in here, like passing in the mode. We might do that later, but for now we're just going to do this. We're going to get rid of set construction inventory because we don't need it. That will happen on start. And we shall try and again. Still too many parts. Oh, now it's 2, which is what we want. It took a second though. Interesting. I wonder why it's doing that. We'll try one more time because there's something I wanted to check. We go click here, close build mode. Still showing all 4. What is call? Oh. What is calling this? Inventory delegate start. Inventory management dot inventory. At 22, it's calling. Oh, inventory delegate 50. It's calling set inventory. Oh. This was our default data, that's why. So we need to not all right. If inventory is not equal to null, return. I think that should work. Assuming that doesn't break something else. And it might. It might break something else. We're just going to let it recompile. And we're going to play. There we go. There's our 2 slots. Although what it did break is that this is now no longer loading, and I'm curious why. Because the inventory here shouldn't be Maybe we'll move this up. Again, this is mostly for testing, but oh, else if is not a thing in this language, I guess. That should meet both of our requirements. So what we just did was we just moved it up. If there is a character set on this inventory delegate, we'll always show that character's inventory. We shouldn't really be overwriting the inventory, which is totally fine. If not, we check if the inventory is null, inventory object. And if it is, then we just create a fake inventory, which realistically we shouldn't actually need to do. Okay, so we have our character inventory. That loads up just fine. We're gonna create our box. We click that, we have 2. Awesome. We'll put our blue shit in here, put more blue shit in there. Awesome. So that's what we wanted. We wanted to be able to drag items into our new construction. So now what we need to do is have the box or the structure know that it's in construction mode. And if it's in construction mode, be checking regularly to make sure that it is meeting the requirements of of construction. So, are we using fixed update in here? We are not. So let's do that. We have start, awake, fixed update, if mode y. Under construction, we'll make a new method called check construction. Check construction status. This is not the right place for it, but we will come back to it later. Private void check construction status. That should be double equals. That's the kind of mistake you make when you're a youth. All right. So what we want is we'll make a new method in the structure SO. We'll call this public construction requirement get requirements. Is that a good plan? I don't know. And we're just going to return an array contain. What's your problem? Why are you sad? Attribute section. What am I doing that's making this wrong? I don't know. New construction. Don't make it void. Add a return statement. New construction requirement. Is that how arrays work in this language? Oh, interesting. Okay. New construction requirement. I don't have. And we'll just have this be how do I get that blue shit in here? I don't know. We'll just call it blue shit is equal to resources dot load raw resource. And I called that, it's in resources prefabs. No, resources, that's even more confusing. Blue shit. And so we want to return, we're going to say this costs blue shit and then rocks needed. Gotta make it public. Okay, so now we want to call var rex is equal to data base data dot get get I've already forgotten what I called it. Get requirements. That seems like a terrible name for a function that I just named 10 seconds ago.